Why is it so quiet? What the fuck? Can't believe. Okay, I see why.
What was wrong?
It was like low because I was grinding the fuck out of it, and I had to sit on mute because I wasn't trying to hear it.
Understandable. That's the way to play, honestly.
I have 66 quartz. The real
No, you know
question
what that
is,
means.
do I roll now?
Roll now.
Roll now?
Give it a try. The worst case scenario is you don't get them right now, and you have to play more.
I have
of the
to wait
game.
like 5 years if I don't get them now.
No, you got plenty
Wait
of
5
days.
years till you get what?
Oberon.
Yeah. Oh no, Zay's right. Today's the last day.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Shit, I guess I'm not playing that day. For a while. Whoops.
That's why we had the whole discussion today, like last week, about how you had a week.
Oh,
You were there for it.
Right. I'm gonna be honest. This past week has been pretty. It's kind of fucking sucked.
You know, that's fair. I know your neurons ain't all connected.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right.
Morgan, Queen Mab, y'all ain't what I here for.
All right, let's collect those fragments.
Oh yeah, true.
You can click the button at the top.
Yeah,
When
click.
you're in summon page, you can just click the fragments.
Oh,
So see, you got 3 10 rolls now.
wait a
Okay.
minute. We're
You
in
got
here.
this. Click that 11 button.
All right, here we go.
Easy elo.
First try, baby.
First try right here. First one. Check it.
It's literally going to be this first one.
Watch it.
If it's Tristan again, okay.
CE.
Okay.
All right.
Well.
Hold on.
Okay. What?
2 of her.
Well, you know, it's fine.
It's a good roll, but not what we were looking for.
Yeah. Whatever. We can't be too mad about it, you know.
Yeah, we gotta hold that. It's fine.
Wait, this means that this roll is going to be garbage, though. No.
No.
Okay, so nothing means anything ever.
Yeah. If you get a bad roll, your next rolls are
Stop
just as
it.
likely to be bad. But
Okay.
if you get a good roll, you're like,
Okay.
see, okay.
See, oh my god, bro! I can't keep getting these.
For what it's worth, your CE luck's amazing.
For the god, bro, if I get another one.
Yeah, you're gonna keep getting them. They're like 3 times as likely
Yeah.
as servants of that
Yeah.
rarity. No, 5 times, I think.
Okay, you got
It's
one
like
more
all
10 roll.
CEs.
Yeah, one more 10 roll, and then you got a whole stream worth of quartz.
True. GG's.
Kenny Omega.
Okay. I was say Omega.
True. Actually, give me Julius as the anti-servant. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. No, the Fate extra shit is on the logo. Give me Julius as the fuck.
Hector.
Oh.
Check this out. 3-star CE.
It's beautiful. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Boudica, Boudica.
Who?
She was in Rome.
Who?
We skipped Rome. David, King of the Jews.
Boo.
Uh,
Swear to God.
You cursed your own role with anti-Semitism.
No.
Respect the Jews next time, dipshit.
Well,
Check this out.
GG's. Oh, one more.
I'll be honest, I haven't kept track.
That is a good seed.
Nigga,
Dog man,
is that Yakisoba Pan? Ain't that the nigga from 13 Sentinels?
That's the guy from Fate Extra.
The same difference.
that's an anniversary server potentially. It
They
could be anyone.
are Fate Extra and
I'm gonna
13
fucking
Sentinels
end it
are
all.
far closer to each other than you would think.
They're very similar things.
I don't even care for this character.
Maybe you should.
No.
If you said you did, they probably would have given you right there.
Well,
Yeah, but you got a single left.
or you could not do that and just. But this
But
is
you
why
got
I
a
said
single
you should have played more in between this week.
What else was I gonna play?
Streamed Camelot earlier, and then you could have been through that in Babylonia by today.
Plus all those free quests.
That's so much, bro.
Yeah, but you like statistically, you know these are like a 1% chance, so you want to get at least 100 rolls
Hold on,
going.
wait a minute. He.
Free quests are an option. You
versus,
have
versus on the
for
side.
every 10 free quests, you get 10 quartz, and each one gives a quartz. So you average about 2 quartz per free quest, if you're completing them in batches of 10.
Gotcha.
You gotta beat them 3 times though.
Realistically, that is one of your best options to get it done by today.
Gotcha. I think I'd just pass it over to fucking Wokon at
yeah.
that point.
Important story. Yeah, where's Wilcon?
Not worried.
Man, or
So that's why I'm awakening you. You understand the situation, don't you? Of course I understand. We have no way of knowing what has become of the world. However, that's what I must accomplish. It's still in my hand. Mind, body, and soul, the Holy Trinity. All of which have worn out during your long exile. Very well. I shall grant a sinner's promise. Know that this is your one last chance. Where are we? But let's be perfectly clear, okay? Regardless of the result of this upcoming battle, you will die. Your soul exhausted, ousted from the cycle of reincarnation, your existence will fall into the void. Even then, do you still strive for the end of your journey? I put strength in my broken knees. I move my left arm now as thin as a twig. He is right. I am nothing but ass. I can barely lift a finger with this exhausted body. I hardly have any soul left either. I burned it all as fuel to move my broken body. And my mind is worn out just like my body and soul. I no longer have any of it left. Nay, that alone should not be the case. My mind, my will, they remain loyal to my king and his glory. Cocksucker, oh my god. I see. So you decided to take a stand. Then take this. It's my parting gift to you. The place you would travel to is a hypothetical. A place standing at the edge of the world where chivalry is striving to be perfected. You shall face your former allies. You shall face the sins you've committed. Even so, the light in their hands should never dwindle. Why, you ask? Because into my senses, I was already in this foreign land. The arid earth, the ragged winds, discoursing the atmosphere, all without signs of life. So long have I journeyed. No, it would be arrogant to call this a journey. It's like I've been wandering around all this time. As I wandered, I saw numerous worlds. Some worlds were beautiful, others ugly. Yet I'd never known a hell like this. It brings to mind my impoverished homeland. But isn't that a better thought? Compared to what I'm witnessing, my homeland could be considered quite prosperous. Let's see. So this is the end of the journey that was granted. I take a step onto the sandy earth. No matter what I must sacrifice, this time I will. This time for sure, I will kill my king with my own hands. I know Nazi's writing this. This shit sounds gay as hell. I woke up at the same time again today. I checked my temperature. I checked my five senses. I said my name out loud so I can understand it objectively. Mass Kyrillite? Kyrillite? Kyrillite?
Yeah.
I think it's Kyrie.
Mass Kyrillite. That was the name they gave me. A human being. Hello, nice to meet you, Summon Experiment number 2. Oh, no, that one there. Starting today, I should call you by your proper name. Don't worry, I stopped the recorders. Hello, Mass Kyrillite. I'm Romani Archibald. From now on, I'll be your primary physician. Oh, is it alright if I take a seat here? Since that was unprecedented, my words and actions were delayed. No darkness had ever entered this room before. The reasoning was that it was sufficient to speak through the glass. Oh, is that right? To be able to convey your feelings even through glass? Chaldea is very advanced indeed. But I'm still quite an amateur. I can't have a proper conversation unless I talk to people directly like this. So please don't hesitate to tell me what you think or feel. I want you to tell me all kinds of things. Communication is the best way to achieve mutual understanding. You can acquire far more information than fill someone else's warmth, right? I see. I nodded. Indeed, more information can be acquired this way than through glass. The manner in which someone speaks, their gaze, temperature, scent, mannerism, all things I have never experienced before. If such interactions are deemed human-like, for the first time, I've responded in a human-like fashion by agreeing to his proposal. Hello, and nice to meet you, Dr. Romani. Oh, about that. I don't like the name Romani, see? And the name of Archeron. It's a bit pretentious. I'd like to call me by Roman. Dr. Roman sounds good, right? I know the word Roman may stem from romanticism.
Other way around. Nazi.
It means to observe the world not by reason or logic, but to observe it spiritually, subjectively. The definition of the word changes from person to person. Even so, if I had to explain it, it is the philosophy of imagining a good future, the sense of fulfillment when living one's own life. Unlike my allotted period of activation, which is detailed and efficient schedule, perhaps the hopeful observation that tomorrow holds many possibilities is what the world is trying to express. Oh my, that's quite a serious opinion you got there. You sound like a senpai character from a Japanese comic. Oh God.
Don't
Oh, reading that made me cough up, by the way. I don't know why. Oh, but that should be okay. You've been to Chaldea a lot, and a lot longer than I have. So that would make you the senpai. It's rather pathetic, actually. Although I am the head of the medical department. For the longest time, I didn't even know this session existed. I'm truly sorry. Dr. Roman apologized to me for no reason. What a mysterious person. Also, he was young. Oh, wrong. Japanese term senpai and kohai are similar to that of a teacher and a student. However, I've yet to learn a single thing from the doctor. Since my knowledge was input from Siba, that would make Siba my senpai in terms of knowledge. And so when it comes to knowledge and information within Chaldea, I am the kohai. Aside from that, though it may be impossible, if I had a senpai in life, it would be someone inherently human and of average status. Not the best, but a normal person who strives to do their best. I think it would be someone who doesn't hurt others and never gives up, an upright human being. After all, that's the kind of person I was modeled after when given life. I see. You're right. Not many people like that exist here in Chaldea.
They
Is
just
that-
suck.
The staff here is made up of freaking geniuses. There isn't anything normal or average about them. Well, good and bad, normal or not, I guess all that makes up I guess all that makes up what it means to be human. I'm sure one day you'll find a senpai that you can truly rely on. The doctor friend left a really strong impression on me. A senpai that I could truly rely on. To imagine such a future sure made my eyes flicker with hope. A future filled with romance. Alright then, once again, nice to meet you, Mass. Let's try to make this a lasting relationship. Sure, I answered. I'm a designer baby created for experimental purposes, therefore my lifespan is predetermined. I have been in operation for more than 10 years. If my surgery succeeds, I can live for a few more years. Oh, I am very happy. After all, I'll get to have self-awareness for that much longer. There you have it. That's as much as I can disclose about Mass. Chaldea is an organization listed under the United Nations, yes. But it's actually also a research facility for the Mages Association. For the
Do you want me to read the Roman lines for you because of all the words that are fucking stupid?
Sure.
Gotcha. In the name of safeguarding humanity's future, they carried out numerous unethical experiments. Namely, fusing a heroic spirit and a human, the demi-servant experiments. As you must know yourself, despite being used as familiars, heroic spirits are superhuman entities. They could even kill their masters and return to the throne of heroes if they so desired. You could hardly call them safe weapons. As such, the previous director looked for a more reliable way to harness their power. Normally, you would use relics related to them as catalysts for their summoning, but Chaldea used human children instead. Children possessing not only magical circuits fit to summon heroic spirits, but also innocent souls. Using this method, Chaldea wanted to fuse heroic spirits with children and turn them into humans. Owing to this concept, the previous director secretly created children by artificial insemination in Chaldea. Can't believe I ended up reading that out loud. Sorry about that one.
Woo!
That was over 10 years ago, at the turn of the 21st century. That was also how MASH was born. Anyway, several years after MASH's birth, they conducted the fusion experiment. In terms of being created, you could say she's similar to a homunculus. However, fundamentally, she's just a human with excellent magical circuits. Please make no mistake about that. I'm also sure MASH doesn't want Ardeo Raijin to have the wrong idea about her.
Of course I wouldn't do that.
You're right. It was stupid of me to assume that. Anyway, several years after MASH's birth, they conducted the fusion experiment.
Dr. Olga Marie
Olga
said
Marie.
Okay, cool. Dr. Olga Marie said the experiment failed.
No, the summoning itself was successful. A heroic spirit was summoned within MASH. That was the second heroic spirit summoned by Chaldea. However, the heroic spirit did not awaken. Pointing something out real quick, he said that was the second one. That's big. Shit. Hit log for me real quick.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so.
That's just important to note. That was the second. That'll come up eventually.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know that.
It must have been a noble, heroic spirit. They didn't want to acknowledge Chaldea's, the previous director's, actions. Should I depart, the girl will die. Therefore, I will not leave, nor will I awaken. MASH proved that humans confused with heroic spirits, but at the same time proved how unethical those fusions can be. Even when they're anti-heroes, heroic spirits reject being fused with humans for some reason. And so the fusion experiments were aborted, and a year later, the previous director was found dead in his office.
Jeez.
It was ruled a suicide based on the circumstances. Marie came here after that. The rest is exactly as you imagine. I somehow got Marie's permission to add MASH to the staff. Even if her heroic spirit never awakened, her capacity as a master is first class. I thought to myself, I won't let this precious resource go to waste. Initially, Marie was scared. Of course, who can blame her? First, the father she idolized passed away. Then she found out about his cruel experiment. She was so shocked she refused to eat for an entire month. Plus, she was like 30% more hysterical about everything. She was close to a mental breakdown when she took over as director, but the one thing that scared her more than anything, and that was giving freedom to the one successful case of a heroic spirit fusion. Since she was already so worried, it was only natural that she was scared of Mash. Mash is going to take revenge on me. She'll viciously kill me in the restroom. Why wouldn't she? Marie would scream about that endlessly. However, even as she was consumed by that fear, she never once turned her back on Mash. That was her charm. She was so serious about everything, she would never do anything immoral no matter how much she hated it. Thanks to that, Mash was acknowledged as a human and given freedom within Chaldea. Of course, her freedom was only allowed within Chaldea. Even though she possessed magical circuits any mage would dream of, her body was too pure. Having been raised in a sterilized room, her body couldn't adapt to the outside world. For as long as she remained operational, she'd only be able to live in Chaldea.
She remained operational.
What makes Mash different from other human beings is that her lifespan has been predetermined. The designer babies created by Chaldea mostly ended in failure. Mash was one of the rare survivors. Even so, her cells started to degenerate at a rapid rate. Her physical body won't age any more than it already has, so she won't die of old age. But she'll expire when her life force dries up. One day, suddenly, like a robot running out of batteries.
You knew all of that?
Of course I did. I am her primary physician, after all. Sure, her life has a definite end, but the same can be said for all life forms. Life is full of suffering and sorrow. In that regard, we are not so different from Mash. Humans cannot escape from the fear of death. Sorry, I'll get back on topic. Mash was then selected as a master candidate, and in a short time, the top candidate of the A-Team. Shortly after that, the light of Chaldeus disappeared. Olga Marie negotiated with the United Nations and got approval to investigate singularities with masters. That's when candidates like you were assembled, followed by that incident, where the command room was damaged and you were ray shifted. It was then that Mash became a demi-servant, and Olga fucking disintegrated.
Fucking, you got Thanos snapped.
That must be the reason why she can function in the outside world, albeit only in her ray shift destination. However, the fundamental problem remains unsolved. By becoming a demi-servant, Mash acquired a more durable body. Even so, her cells have a lifespan. She can remain operational for at most 1 more year. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Know about that?
I don't think so. At least no one has spoken to her about it.
Doctor, mass catalyte of physical adjustment is over. Brainwaves, vitals, everything's normal. She will wake up any time now. What are your instructions?
There's no need to put her to sleep again. Once she wakes up, make sure to respect her free will.
Understood. We'll make preparations accordingly.
Now then, Artio Raijin. I'm sure Mash will come straight here after she wakes up. Before she arrives, I have a favor to ask of you. Please interact with her the same way you always do. In Mash's eyes, the time you spend as friends has become something irreplaceable. That much is clear just by looking at her brainwave graphs since the start of the Grand Order. So I'd like you not to be overly considerate or worry too much about her. Of course, I'm not going to tell her that I've spoken to you. What do you say, Artio Raijin? Are you any good at acting? Like, pretending you're seeing a movie for the first time even though you saw it already.
Really good at doing that.
Oh, I'm great at that.
There
Yes, please do that. Mash is a perceptive kid, so I'm sure she'll
not
catch
the
on
manga
eventually.
reader.
But at least till then, I'd like her to enjoy herself whenever she's not in battle.
Yo, Burst, kick in.
Why am I? Hold on. How do I? How do I voice Da Vinci?
Like this!
Yes, that would be the best way to approach this. This is quite a compromise coming from Rome.
Da Vinci, have you been listening the whole time?
Of course I am. God damn it! I hit the fucking something.
Okay, you go.
Just talk normally if you want. You don't have to do all that.
It's you were talking about who knows when
Oh,
you
come
will
on,
check
a
it
little
out
more
when
effort than
talking
that.
about MASH. Bro, that line is confusing. If that were to happen, I'd have to step up.
You don't want to see what happens when she steps up.
I was planning to tell RDO Raijin everything I know about MASH myself. It looks like you managed to do that. Thank goodness. Handle it beautifully.
I'm making the same face Roman's making in the sprite right now.
You are currently the head of Chaldea, you know. If you let things get personal and take MASH off the front lines, we'll be facing...
Umo Universal.
Oh.
Okay?
That's fair.
I'm not that naive, you know. I think I know what I must do and accomplish. Well, I might do something I'm not supposed to do from time to time. Anyway, let's talk about MASH is our secret. RDO Raijin. Make sure she doesn't find out, no matter what. And besides, you know, if humanity itself ends up showing us the right path to take, perhaps there's a reward at the end of that path. A reward that would easily extend MASH's physical lifespan, or something like that.
Now that's something the Holy Grail could be used for, I suppose. Maybe the King of Mages is actually not all that. Maybe we can defeat him without all 7 Grails. If we had just 1 Grail to spare, we could use it on MASH. It's not too much to ask for a happy ending like that, right?
That's our Da Vinci.
Me having already spent all the grails we got, I was supposed to keep them? Yeah, if that's possible, I wonder how...
I'm so glad my mic did not pick up
Sorry,
whatever
I'm
foreign
late.
noise I made her phone.
MASH count like now attending the briefing 27 minutes late.
That's my girl.
So you all seem to be having a good time chatting. Is something going on? Mash, are you feeling okay?
Hey, you shouldn't be running around yet. You need to be getting lots of rest now, Mash.
Oh my, these two are hopeless. I see.
Woo!
Like a fucking Pokemon.
That's how that thing sounds.
Senpai, doctor, were you chatting?
No, these two are just warrior warts. Look how flustered they are just because you passed out the one time.
Oh, right. Dad, I'm sorry for making you all worry. Go? Thank you. It was such a long battle, and a war no less. Seems like my body sustained more damage than usual. But as you can see, I've recovered now, so there's no problem. I gained experience too, so that will come in handy next time. Next
She
time?
Pokemon too?
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, the staff mentioned that they found the coordinates for the sixth singularity. Was I mistaken?
Oh my, should I have enforced a gag rule? Command room staff is so careless. But it's like you said, Mash. Master RDO Raijin, we've pinpointed the sixth singularity. You and Mash will continue your search for the Holy Grail. Do either of you have any objections?
No objections. Right, me neither. I will obey you, Master. As you can see, Flora is motivated as well.
I see. Then let's move up the schedule and start the briefing. About the sixth singularity we've discovered. The era is the 13th century. The location is Jerusalem, known as the Holy Land.
Boo.
Fucking Nazi. To be precise, it's the log. To be precise, it's 1273 AD. The Ninth Crusade has just ended, and the Kingdom of Jerusalem has vanished from the face of the earth. No!
Easy, Elo.
The end of the Crusades. The Western nations' withdrawal from Jerusalem has greatly affected the history of mankind. You could say it's an apt time and place to be chosen as a singularity. At least that was the case until yesterday. The truth is, the sixth singularity was detected before the one in America. But the results from Sheba were just so unstable. The era couldn't be verified, and at times, no observation could be carried out. You understand? It's not like all we've observed was the red color of burning lands. There were times when the light of observation itself disappeared. In other words,
The singularity doesn't exist on the surface of the Chaldeans. That system alone is hauled out completely.
that's right. This is unprecedented. The sixth singularity is trying to leave the flow of humanity. All race shifts until now have been battles against Solomon's holy grails, each threatened to disrupt its respective era. This time, the singularity itself is becoming history that should not exist. If we leave it alone, human history will be severely damaged, independent of the restoration of Solomon's incineration.
Huh.
Thus, the foundation of humanity evaluation of the sixth singularity is EX, meaning everything about it is unique. Once again, we can't provide much backup from Chaldea. We have no idea what's going on. Are you still willing to go with MASH? Artie O'Rigen.
Sir, yes, sir. Ooh, wah.
Alright, then let's begin the race shift right away. Get into the coffins, you two. As usual, Da Vinci and I will be in the command room. Me when I'm in Tegra. Fa? Hey, what are you doing? Why are you opening the remaining coffin?
What do you mean? I'm going with them. Isn't that what we were talking about right now? I mean, this is unprecedented foundation of humanity EX. Artie O'Rigen needs the help of a genius.
Zay, why did we give birth to the genius?
I don't know. It's not because you're bored, all right?
I'm not bored. I'm only slightly intrigued by the architecture of Jerusalem. My interest is purely artistic,
It's something like that.
so it's important for mankind.
Idiot! I never gave you the go-ahead! Once you race shift to the singularity, you can't return to Chaldea till the foundation of humanity is repaired. If something happens, it'll be too late. What'll become of Chaldea if something happens to you?
Hey you, I may love myself, but even that remark makes me mad. What Chaldea needs right now is a human. You, Ramani. I'm just a carefree servant.
Foo! 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 If you're so insistent, I don't think I can stop you. You are the ideal support for these two.
Right. Leave the front lines to me and get yourself a good long rest. Alright, so why don't we head out, Artie O'Rigen. MASH.
No, you need to say MASH normally.
Even if the difficulty is EX, basically it's still 13th century Jerusalem. Jerusalem draws people of many faiths. Battlefield will almost certainly be in the city. And if that's the case, I can do my part, and that's all. If it's in the city, we won't have to travel far, unlike America.
Niggas moving.
Foo!
America,
Foo!
bro.
Foo! Foo! Foo!
Yes, I can't wait to taste the local food. All right, this way, please, Fu.
Foo!
They got room for the dog.
Looks like Mash can communicate with Fu in some way, after all. Artio Raijin. We may be out of our element, but our game plan hasn't changed. Find what's causing the disruption in that era, and retrieve it, or else destroy it. I don't think Solomon will be around to get in the way, but be especially alert all the same.
Understood.
That's what I like to hear. Alright, Ray Shift program, start!
Woohoo! Finally, I'm a member of the Grand Order team in search of the Holy Grail. I'm getting so fired up.
Hey, Doctor. See you again in this command room. Thank you for all your concern.
Right. Go on then, Mash. Whatever you do, make a journey you won't regret. Oh, not yet.
I'm someone for starting to get some Grand Order.
I didn't know Da Vinci was going to be here the whole time. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah, Da Vinci's here.
X. Get it? It's like Twitter.com.
I mean, you are the director. You can recast at any time.
That is true.
I do plan on doing shit in like an hour and a half though, so I won't be able to voice act after 3 hits.
That's completely fine.
he said, no complaints. Oh, man, you do what you gotta do.
Alright, cool.
Hey, Leo, you want to voice Da Vinci?
In voice phone.
He can voice. Leo, can you give me your best Fu? That's close.
Close enough. The thing is like a squirrel, dog, cat thingy.
Yeah.
You do want the K-scope on
Yeah,
it
no,
just to make these
I
quicker.
was looking for it.
Gotcha.
One's good for. No, that's not.
Yeah, so you got some good ones. Like
Hot dog man's really good. Actually.
the hot dog one is really good at hitting things. Yeah, and then the other one you got with Kirei on it. Yeah, that one just boosts all of your card types by a little bit. And
what's the one with Leah? What is that one actually?
Which one?
Clicking the C's again. Unlike the Ilya one. The one you had your mouse over there for a second. The second row, second one. Yeah, that's actually also pretty good. It's actually probably as good as.
I think this one's probably a little better considering leveled skills or whatever.
Yeah, no. I just mean in terms of between that or hot dog one, probably that one for Ilya.
You have your waiver leveled, right? Bringing waiver with these two is probably the best thing you can do. But, Ilya is good too. Ooh.
There you have it. Thank you for everything, fellas of the round table. Y'all pick which one.
I'll be Gawain.
Give me Tristan.
All right.
Dot.
Oh, we're Will comes to me.
Will
I'll be Mordred. It's fine. Huh? Why is everyone looking so serious all of a sudden? Did I say something wrong? All I said was, I'm getting bored of this town, so I'm taking my leave, right?
Who wants to hate women?
Of course. In other words, Shuangzhang Songzong, you just announced that you were breaking away from us.
Why does it have to be like that? I have no intention of becoming your enemy. I mean, I only admit to make a brief stop here. You see, I'm on my way back from Shanzhou? Yeah.
Shanzhou.
I was right. Shanzhou. And I have to get home.
And what I am saying is that we cannot believe that, Xuanzang Sanzang.
Man, that nigga is just why he full naming me, bro.
You are already a servant, meaning there's no point for you to repeat actions taken when you were alive. You have no reason, no responsibility to go back home. In fact, your home doesn't even exist in this world. So, please enlighten me. Where exactly are you going?
Oh, come on, it's nothing material like that. I'm simply following my heart. My purpose is to go home, and I'm a monk whose life is in the steps I spent on my journey. And I get really lonely without my disciples. Yes, I do find the city amazing. It's peaceful, prosperous, beautiful, and no one's hungry. I'm sure that this is what people mean when they speak of utopias.
Thank you very much. Makes us proud to hear you say that. For that very reason, Lady Sanzong, I must ask you, is staying in this castle not an option?
Thank you, Gawain. I love how chivalrous you are to a woman. But please let it go. This is just who I am. I'm going to start off by going to the desert. Oh, I'm taking Tuta with me, alright? Now then, thank you for everything you've done for me. Bye-bye, ciao. Zaijian. Yeah, I was right. I know words.
Yeah, you're getting good at this.
Ooh.
And there she goes. How unfortunate. That woman was truly like the sun. Her presence alone lit up the whole place.
Really? I actually feel relieved. Never liked her. So what's he gonna do, Argravane? You know no one's supposed to leave the castle without father's approval. Isn't that one of the rules of this round table? Besides, she's a pain in the ass.
I agree with you, Mordred. However, the king has already granted approval. That no one shall stop Shanzong Sanzong if she says she is going to leave the castle.
You gotta be kidding. It's such a perfect chance to stab her in the back. Oh well. That desert is ruthless. She won't survive by herself. Don't you agree, Triss? Hey, still alive there, you bastard?
Pardon me. I wasn't able to sleep, by the way. Please continue your conversation. Don't mind me.
That nigga was definitely asleep.
Also, if you wish to have a conversation about women, you should talk to Lancelot instead. Ah, how very sad indeed. He's the one more experienced with love.
Sir Agravain, as his adjutant, only you can speak to the king directly. Did the king say anything else about the holy city? About how we are protecting it? Know your place. The king has no words for the likes of you. Only your loyalty is required of you. Yes, Xuanzong Sanzong is a foreigner. However, she was not the traitor that the Star Seer prophesies. That's all. How many times, man?
When the foreign star shines, the bond of the white wall crumbles. The king's power wanes and the divine tower falls.
What happened here?
You held the
Nah,
button
it
for
happens.
like a second.
I
and that's
see.
not-
Yeah, that happens. A little bit further.
That, it was right there.
Yeah, I
What a
see.
beautiful and sad poem. Yes, if it's required of me, I can still go after her now.
The king has spoken. Leave Xuanzong Sanzong be. Please.
Just say her.
What you should be worrying about are any foreigners arriving next. The burden of protecting humanity is surely heavy. Soon, the last master of this world shall arrive. The king has instructed us not to show disrespect to our guests. However, the king bears the responsibility of shouldering the entire world. We will deal with all the trivialities ourselves. Is that understood, O brave knights of the Round Table? I expect true loyalty from all of you.
Ellipsis.
I love C's.
I love group readings.
Master, please come over here. You will get blown away if you just stand there. My eyes. Da Vinci.
Burst!
Oh. This can't be Jerusalem. There are sandstorms everywhere.
Well, if it was like an American biopic of Jerusalem, maybe.
Master, Da Vinci, please get behind that boulder. Another gust is coming.
Rashido.
Okay, behind those mysterious bones, right? Wow, this is as big as Dragons. Anyway, did you get in touch with Roman? You better be working on an apology for this kind of miscalculation.
The communication with Kaldea is unstable. I'm sure the doctor is working on resolving it. Well, the place is ranky as. Precisely, Master. Let's assess the situation by ourselves for now. The race was successful. Our target location was supposed to be the 13th century Middle East. However, we ended up in the middle of a sandstorm. Is it common for Jerusalem of this era?
We got sent too far into the past. Boy, do I have a special punishment in store for Roman when we get back. Wait. This era. If it's a different era, then give me a minute. Let me run over some data.
Foo! Foo! Foo!
Oh, it's going wild too. Master, it's a hostile life form. Something's emerging from the sandstorm. Visibility couldn't be worse, but prepare for battle. For now, let's just make sure we're safe.
Alright, did you enjoy your visual novel?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It
leave
is still
me.
time
Let
to
me
play a game.
Horrible location. Time for a mid battle out of the way. The ultimate beauty remains in the for because with the glorious Da Vinci.
I'm not letting Da Vinci get her chumbio off.
Especially when it's bird.
Oh, these are some health bars. What the fuck?
Yeah, so first difficulty spike of the game is Camelot.
It's literally this fight.
Like, you start Camelot and it's like, oh, everything's harder now, huh?
Why do they all have big health bars? The reason I stopped there, by the way, was I was saying this to you, Trig.
Out.
They got an official timeline explanation now in Japanese on where the splits are.
Oh, cool. I can't read Japanese.
Yeah.
Hit my Arjuna, please.
No shot. Oh.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
He hates me.
What did she do, bro?
How did I get through this on my ult?
How the fuck am I getting through this?
That's fine.
That's lucky.
I got something to work with here.
You're becoming an expert of card order.
Is it hard?
No. Once you get into like actual comps and stuff, eventually brain does get turned on, but
you're still not that far.
You won't need to turn on brain till at least battle. No, you'll have to at some point in this singularity.
Yeah.
Mahaparala.
You forgot to use Arjuna's skill 1, by the way.
No, I accidentally used it.
Oh, you used it too early.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Good job, Ilya.
Did great.
I didn't know the new series is supposed to be in the Apocrypha timeline. That's cool.
You stopped debuffing Ilya? Well, never mind. Debuffing Ilya.
He did what you had.
Probably would have been safer.
It's okay. I think my Arjuna wraps everything up from here.
There are no clap chains yet, so.
Quab these nuts.
My God.
Prototype.
It's fine. You got my guy.
Yeah.
So there. Okay, so the first of the Aomori novels take place before Stay Night, and then the other ones take place later.
Oh, right. The missions for extra quartz are going on right now.
Absolutely.
I forgot about those. You can also get extra quartz playing story.
Yay.
If there's any dialogue, I ain't reading that shit.
Yeah. Also, since you have the AP, I would recommend putting more servants in the back line, or not AP, cost.
I don't game both to amuse that. I hate when OBS does that.
What happened?
Sometimes I like to like.
Oh,
It's easier for me to
yeah.
change the title and category through OBS, but sometimes it just does not.
If you give me mod, I'll do it for you.
No, it's fine. I got it.
Okay.
Mine.
It was an
Fate,
offer. I don't want to be your
Grant,
fucking janitor.
Geo, Fate Go, Fate Pokemon Go.
I
Go with type in first time Camelot playthrough. People eat that shit up.
First time. Fire. No, that's fire. First time Camelot.
Be normal.
Too late.
you went with normal
Play
challenge.
through.
Wow. This really is our fate grand order after all.
Fate. Are we good? Is it changed?
Fate Pokemon Go. First time Camelot playthrough. Fate Grand Order. You're good.
Yeah.
And it ran an ad. I love the music in Camelot.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? That cursor's moving places. What's you up to?
Y'all went 1 hour. Again, how was I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I didn't know. How was I supposed to know?
Yeah,
I've been in
Yeah,
here.
what the fuck, y'all? Aren't y'all supposed to be modding? What's going on?
I mean,
name one. Hold on. Type in chat. Name one moderator that's here.
I ain't your janitor.
Like,
I offered.
do you see a mod around here?
Uh-huh.
Would you look at the
Nerd.
Hey, would you look at the time? I was looking at Twitter. Fuck you. Sorry, X. I was looking at X. It's my bad. Actually, my bird hasn't changed on my app, so I'm right.
Is there a good EC for fucking Raver?
Huh?
Is there a good EC for Raver?
Anything that ups like arts performance or NP gain or anything works really. Oh, there was an NP gain one. That's NP charge.
That one might also be nice though.
That one's good. Though NP strength is useless on him. but MP gain's good. Oh, that one's really good.
The one with
With
John.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, you could throw the K's go fun and then have him up as MP
Nah.
immediately.
Okay.
You could throw somebody in the back line.
Oh yeah.
For they. Realistically, you can throw
Oh,
Ilya
damn
in.
right. You got more Bargists.
Who?
Fairy Knight Gawain.
I did.
Flooney, come on, bro.
That's level 1.
You know, bro, I still call my guy Assassin of Shinjuku. That's because I can't remember his name half the time, but...
Do you want to put in your Ilya or Astolfo?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, can you put in both?
Yeah.
See?
Woo!
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Da Vinci.
I'm done, man. I can't do this no
I
more.
got you. Alright. Wait, that last enemy was odd. I couldn't see that well with all the sand, but
Was it an eye?
yes, odd indeed. It looked like a golem, but the sandstorm made it hard to tell. What about you, Master? Any idea what it was? It was a knight in armor. A huge knight in armor? I see. It must be easier to identify an enemy from a position overlooking the battlefield. I couldn't see a thing when you're up close to them. All you could make out in the storm was a silhouette. Wait, more enemies incoming. My whole body's tingling. Something abnormal is on the way here, Master.
Foo! Foo!
The numbers are off the chart. That flapping sound, silhouette. It can't be.
No.
Audio rising. No time to sit around. Our next opponent is without a doubt a powerful one.
No. Not flapping wings. No.
No.
No. No.
Just let it be a
Not
big old.
again.
Please, just let it be a big old bird.
That's not what I expected.
It's a chimera!
I think you just kill here now.
I think he does kill
You're just
here.
beast here.
Oh boy. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real slow fight.
Yeah, you kill her.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
A dragon!
Oh. Oh.
I
A
see.
sphinx.
That makes sense. We are in the desert.
I joked. It's actually still gonna be a long ass fight because that thing's got such a fucking big health bar for some fucking
realized.
reason.
You don't need to bother with those right now.
What are these?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The last one. So.
Ah.
Yeah, so all
That
of
might-
Waver's skills, his first skill gives crit up and 30% battery. His second gives everybody defense and damage cut and 10% battery. And his third skill gives everybody attack up and a 10% battery. So you want to send him to his third ascension when you can.
I love Duracell.
Yeah.
So basically, level up Waver when you get a chance.
The Energizer Bunny is one of the most important things in Fate Grand Order.
That 1, 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Meet me.
Giving you that 2-piece.
Crit?
How many universes have exploded on top of this Sphinx? Oh.
He doesn't
Wait
care. That
for
nigga
it.
still got the fucking boxing gloves on.
Fight back!
Yeah.
What a funny enemy.
Trying to think
Oh.
what I'm trying to
What's
think
this
what
kid?
my favorite tank is. Or
I think. Oh
I
my God.
I instinctively said tank because I knew the answer to my question. My favorite enemy are the little
There's a better
tanks.
Energizer Bunny he got. A reading Volcon.
Nah, that's not necessarily true. For certain things, yes, but like even on my main, I still use Waver because there's still things you need him for, or that he's optimal for.
Let's go, Emerald Goat Power. What?
Yeah.
We defeated the giant life form. Except we didn't eliminate it. It only appeared that way. You see, that was among the most powerful kind of demonic beast, a phantasmal that is perhaps even stronger than Dragonkin. I knew it. So that indeed was a Sphinx, a divine beast from an ancient Egypt that has a man face and a lion's body. Yeah, that damage we just inflicted was nothing more than a yawn to such a creature. It'll recover in the blink of an eye. Let's get out of here. It's too tough to go up against the Sphinx by ourselves. But where can we go? I wish to get some kind of data from the doctor about this era. Oh, we don't have to worry about that. Scanning the areas is a piece of cake for me, you know. Alright, I found a source of water to the west of here. Not only that, it seems there's a city there. Let's go there first. You eat the rest too, right, Audio Horizon? Water sounds really good now. True. Give me a second.
Hold on.
True. Hold on. I know you can hear that.
trying to gargle that shit as loud as possible so the mic picks it up.
I got banana bread. I don't really got anything to drink right
Yes.
now.
I agree. Anything to drink?
I agree with you, Senpai. Let's look for some cold water.
I drank a Pepsi can earlier. If you go for another. Hey, paisanos. Welcome to the Super Mario Super Show.
Go to bed?
Swing your arms.
Good night, Bruce.
Go away. The neurons are activated.
I think your neurons are misfiring.
They always do. You should add me. I have a better friends list. I have an NP5 fish drive. I do not, but I do have an NP5 fish drive.
We covered about 10 kilometers so far. Master, just hang on for a little bit longer. Or would you like me to carry you? If you ride on my seal, then I can just pull it.
Sled!
For some reason, I can't breathe. Yo, take over Da Vinci, Trister.
Just as I thought, the mana density in the atmosphere is too high. Here, Audio Horizon, take this.
I can do photo.
Portable oxygen canister? When did you...
It's a mana blocking mask I made in a hurry. The atmosphere here is too harsh for humans. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Still, a little thank you would be nice. Come on, shower me with your adoration.
You wanted him to take over?
Either way, we'll be at the water source soon. You can see that building beyond the sandstorm, right? That must be a temple. If we can at least get in there, then we should be able to... Sorry, forget everything I just said. This place is no good. We have to turn back.
What?
Why? We're so close.
That we are. But I can see countless shadows in the area between here and the temple. Look closely.
Yep. Desert.
Stop counting after 20. You're right. They're all wandering around. I wonder what they are.
Honey is very berry.
They're the same kind of sphinxes we encountered earlier. They're roaming around the temple freely. It's suicidal to pass through here. Let's find a different shelter. By the way, I got a pretty good idea who's residing in that temple. We can't enter on our own, so let's look for another route. Hey, if need be, I'll even supply my universal secret cottage like you might see in games. So rest easy. It's comfortable up to 3 uses, so... Huh?
I think I just saw some shadows heading this way from the temple. Sphinxes?
Alright, let's make a run for it. I thought I glimpsed a skull mask as well, but whatever.
A skull mask? Master, is something bothering you?
Whoa, they're moving way too fast. See, Audio Raijin, I told you to move. Huh? For Sphinxes, their magical energy is too low. And this number, humans?
It caught on pretty fast. Send your souls after, eh? Ha! How clever of you, Sun King. Those monsters won't dare to hurt us as long as we have the queen. But the humans are different. She has no influence over them. There's no time. Get rid of them, but let one of them live. It will be a valuable source of intel. Enemy sighted. On count of 10 of them. All human. One of them is carrying a bound woman. Senpai, your orders. Fight back, Mask, but gently.
Hit them with the back of your blades.
Right.
It's a shield.
Please leave it to me, Master. Hit him with the back of your shield.
It's one of my favorite running jokes. You haven't been seeing it because we've been skipping dialogue, but back of the blade with the shield is a common thing. Damn, he got an arm on him.
He built like that.
A lot of...
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's both his arms. Never mind, he just skips everything but arm day.
Ouch.
Damn! Chill out!
Why did he go waver like I light nuts?
Class disadvantage.
It's like, oh, you're amazed? Let me just tap tap. Ah, fuck. Okay. Where are my fucking... Where are your fucking cars at?
It's taking a nap.
It's okay if you pop guts when you didn't want to die. That's fine. Meet me.
No guts was popped. Maybe he's right about that one though.
We have the road carry here.
Yeah. He blew up.
Hey.
This is where the Arjuna cards come because he's woken up from his nap. Yeah. Maybe you use the Mystic Code ability on this.
Do I?
Yeah, because 187 is a bit of health. I think a whole chain from Arjuna kills it, no problem though.
I think we just overkill now.
Maybe a little.
I think we hard overkill actually.
I always have a tough time judging what Arjuna does with just his own buffs, because it's always quite a bit. Yeah.
Don't worry, I've gotten pretty good at judging your Arjuna. That nigga hurts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah. I was so used. Ugh,
I will.
my mask. What's up?
I'm getting McDonald's, so I will be back.
You'll give me some
Have
too.
fun. Also,
Yeah, I got you, bro.
this is that one from Fate Zero, by the way.
MPs do less damage than single target, but Juno chains. Just to clear anything right now. I mean, yeah, but like that nigga's MP still does a ton of damage.
Yeah, Arjuna's AoE NP does more than most single target servants NP though. He's just he's silly.
My mask. Oh, it's just Hassan. What kind of reaction is that? Don't be so casual with our names, moron. Please forgive us, Lord 100 Personas. It seems they are no ordinary soldiers. The designs of that girl's armor, she's most likely from the Holy City. The rest of you fall back. We're up against servants. You'd be easily killed. Or not, and just struck with the flat sides of their blades.
A shield.
Are you underestimating us? Mocking us? We of the mountain don't deserve your blades? Fine, either way, this battle is ours as long as we still have our lives. Our current objective is to take the queen, now that we have our prisoner, those cursed sphinx. About that. They're in the battle just now, that trickster over there.
Huh? Oh, hello! But I'm not a trickster. I'm a genius. And one who doesn't miss any chances at that. I grabbed your prisoner while Arya Raijin was fighting.
While the universe was being reset. Who are you people? Do you work for
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias? Nigga, who? Who, you ask? Sir, you an idiot or what?
I'd say there's about 100% chance you're gonna like Ozymandias.
I have a sitrep?
Sitrep.
Okay, I have a sitrep.
It means situation report.
Yeah. The species are coming back, and some strange creature in cloth are rid of them. Idiot. They're measured. Don't look them in the eye, or you'll be cursed. Damn it, reload again. Retreat. Make sure you don't drop the food we took. Listen up, Silk Girl and the staff woman. Wait, woman? Whatever. You there with the staff. You too, human, you little doe. Just you wait. I will never let this go. Wait, hear us out.
There's self-defense.
Ha ha ha. Hassan never waits when told to wait. Farewell, you slowpokes. Sandstorms are an everyday thing for us. We're protected by the wind-deflecting amulets. Alright, man.
Yeah.
The enemies are moving away fast. We lost track of them. Too bad. We finally run into people we could talk to. Wasn't an actual conversation? Well, yes. Although I feel like everything we said backfired.
Okay, leave it to me. I'm taking the ropes and gag off of her right now. They put her to sleep? Hey! Hey! Wakey, wakey! A 1 in a million genius is standing right in front of you. Hey, yo. You want her?
Yeah, sure. No, Pharaoh. No, Pharaoh, please don't pull my hair like that. That may look like an ear, but it's a magical catalyst invoking Horus. No, not bedhead either. Huh? Oh, she's awake.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
Wait, she's frozen stuff. Insolent fools! Who are you? Do you know who I am? How dare you treat Pharaoh
Nitocris. Thusly.
Nitocris? She's the sorcerer's queen of ancient Egypt, master.
Yes, she doesn't look intimidating anymore after all that, but she's indeed a powerful heroic spirit from 2000 BC.
Whispering behind my back, Are you making a mockery of me? Oh, that's right. You already have. You drugged me and dragged me outside the temple. I could not show any sympathy to such vulgarity. Normally, I'll question your allegiance to the Sun King. But first, you will have to do something incredible to earn the forgiveness of Queen Nicholas. I thought about it. I thought about it in my head. It was funny in my head, so I'm just like, I can't say it out loud as I was reading. And it came out.
The intrusive thoughts one.
Yeah! I actually had like intrusive thoughts wedding.
Oh no. Let's hope no one watches the VOD.
Don't worry, they won't get this far. Mirror of the underworld, appear. Please pay them back 1,000-fold for the humility.
You want me to help you out? While you're laughing.
They have costs. Nitocris, Mirror, Master, she's getting ready for battle. She's mistaken us for the people who are dead to her. I'll let her talk it over with her.
Oh boy, that was a bust. I shouldn't have poked her all over with my staff.
Slap the shit
But we
out of
have
her.
no choice. We can't prove our innocence anyway, and that queen doesn't look like a good listener.
Yeah, she is a queen.
That's true. They tend to be stupid.
True.
First, we're gonna have to fight her. Let's go, Artio Raijin! Tips, death. There's a chance to instantly kill a
With,
target. Resistance to death depends on
Nitocris?
the enemy type.
I mean,
Nothing's
she's
wrong with
hot.
Nitocris.
She's fine.
Did we say anything bad about Nitocris?
始めようそうかそれかそうか崩壊愚か崩壊
苦しみなさい。
Actual misogyny?
Huh?
No.
Oh, are you talking about the dumb queen comment? I mean, it's true with kings too. That's a general anti-royalty comment.
それか
That's true.
崩壊
If you want to see the misogyny, wait till I'm voicing Agravain later.
崩壊 そうかそれか
Yeah, I already addressed that comment, Wilcon.
バカバカ
I picked a gender because she brought up her being a queen. And then
She's a
Artio
queen.
brought up her being a queen. You're making something out of nothing. If it were a king, I would have made the same comment. What do you mean? Ardio's not getting canceled for their views on women. Artio loves women. Hey Artio, how do you feel about women?
I love Robin.
See?
将来笑うことなし粛清排除そして英語
Maybe just do a whole chain with your Arjuna.
Would it be stronger?
I think the extra attack might put it over.
それか世界の
Maybe.
What if you get canceled for the views on limit?
今こそ
No.
今こそ英語の
Oh!
崩壊愚かガンディ
The button's a little loud for stream, but tactical nuke incoming!
Oh, this nigga gone.
そして星は縮小しそれそうか 創世滅亡輪前世なる者には生悪性なる者には裁きマハグラーヤ崩壊愚か
Oh, a 70 and 80 both. Missed, but she's dead anyway.
犠牲が少なければ
Welcome to the salty spittoon. How dead are you?
Dead enough to raise a bond.
Woo!
As I have only just
Awoken, I merely
As I
have
have only
strength.
just awoken, I merely have half strength. But no matter, it's surprising to be pushed this far. However, I must say, those were some drastic measures. You're quite the warriors, I'll give you that. However, your trial begins now. You committed a grave sin by disgracing me, and I want to know whether you can atone for it. The Pharaoh granted this divine beast to me. You said be tested by it until you are torn limb from limb. This is a misunderstanding. We just helped. How shameless. Do you really think I'll believe you? Please listen, Queen Nitocris. We really did save you after you were captured by assassins. Even so, that doesn't change the fact that you witnessed my disgrace. Besides, you don't have any proof. Why did you save me? Did you just happen to be here out of coincidence and you saved me despite not even knowing my name? Well, that is an impossible story. Saving a stranger for no reward in this land at the end of the world? Nothing. Oh, God.
Nothing seems to be getting through to her. You might have no choice but to defeat her.
Hey, Christy. But she doesn't seem bad. I mean, she is a baddie, but they're still so passive even after all of this. Did they really save me? No, no. You bear the armor of the knights from the holy city. I cannot trust you. Go, Sphinx. Bestow upon them the judgment of the great Sun King. Gar. Gar. Sphinx? Fighting a divine beast in the current situation is too hard.
No, please raise your head. No divine beast could shatter your shield.
I'm going to read it regularly. Above all, the justice you stand.
Justice you stand for.
It's right. You would easily overcome a battle born by a misunderstanding such as this. Who are you? Frieza.
Oh, yeah. We have yet to forge a bond for you to know my name. You may consider me the same as an enemy for now. You must be the one called Artio Raijin, yes? I am Lucius, a servant without a master. I just couldn't help but interrupt. You may think I'm meddling, but please forgive me for that. If you don't mind, I can lend some assistance. My sword is yours. Make use of me as you will.
You look so weak, but you got a big mouth. I'll crush you both and make you all my slaves.
Oh no.
Now prepare yourselves. I'll take that.
She's bringing back slavery? Battle 1 of 1. Any Arjuna cards? Oh.
A nice first, I guess.
Get him.
Yeah, how that song goes.
Yeah, more or less.
He's trying his best.
We need to get yours leveled, man.
What do you mean? It's 60. What more do you want?
90.
There.
Ah, there it is.
Whoops. Yeah, this is what we're here for.
I would use the Mystic Code.
That's
Though it's
fine.
probably fine. Actually, it's got an extra buster down on it. Yeah, it's dead. What am I saying? Lol.
Yeah, you misjudged your fucking own gen damage. It's a carry. It's fine.
Yeah, tell him, Waver. I don't speak Japanese, but it sounded cool.
I know you said some cool ass shit.
My apologies! Oh, it really was a slash. Blech.
Amazing. The speeds have been completely eliminated. I'm not detecting any Spiritron reconstruction.
That arm. That knight's right arm. There's no doubt. That's the radius of Argitlam. It's the divine arm of the Celtic war god Nuada. He's using a mystic of divine spirit class. No idea if I pronounced that one correctly because it's Celtic.
What? The fair divine beast? The noble beast? Lord
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias entrusted to me. I don't know why I'm having so hard time pronouncing that word. Like it's so easy, like Ozymandias, whatever. It's been completely eradicated from the earth. Just who do you think you are?
That's why I apologized. I concluded you wouldn't settle down unless I dealt that final blow. Now listen, awoken pharaoh, incarnation of the god Horus, Nitocris. It's true that they saved you. I witnessed it myself, after all. They saw you were about to be taken by the old man of the mountain and company, and saved you honorably. If you still refuse to believe it, then I have no choice but to use this silver arm once more. Do you wish to lose the Sun King's trust even more? Will your own standing not become precarious as well?
But you aren't even citizens of Egypt. You have no reason to help me.
Then let me ask in return, the people of the mountain aside, did the Knights of the Holy City have reason to abduct you?
I suppose that only the people on the mountain have the ability to sneak into my temple. Nitocris seems depressed now. Maybe she's regretting her actions?
Yes, now would be the chance to press her for answers, Artie Origen. Go right ahead. Woo!
You still fertile?
What?
Eek! Why are you sounding like that all of a sudden? We saved you. Got a problem? That's... No. Now that I think about it calmly, there's no other explanation. You have my gratitude, travelers. I'm sorry. My short temper got the best of me again. By the way, are you fertile?
What?
Water? In that case, there's an oasis nearby. We want some fruit too. Your fruit.
Just calm down! That's right, and we want to take a bath and relax too.
But you. What's with them? Suddenly acting so brazenly. Ugh. But they did save me, so I need to show my gratitude. Very well, I understand. I'll make a special exception and welcome you as my guest. You would like some hospitality, right? In that case, escort me back to
Museum Tentitris? That one's a little harder.
Remesium Tentitris? That seems right. Escort me back to Remesium Tentitris, the most prosperous and ideal nation in the desert. Normally you need to answer a expensive riddle to get inside, but I hereby bestow upon you the honor of entering its walls.
Woo! Woo!
Yay. That's crazy. Full concept her and Christy are similar. Short, short temper, flashy, royalty. You're
Royalty. So,
you're
Christy, you been
his
holding out
sister
on us? You got some
practically.
money?
I fucking wish. Dot dot dot.
Show the bank account, Christy.
Oh, Wins, I release you from your duties by the name of Nitocris. Give us a view into the heavens. If my temper really that, shut the fuck up, Ryan. Yeah, exactly.
What? What did I do? I just said show the bank account.
You're my sea, senpai. The sky is perfectly clear, blue as far as you can see. What a pleasant smile. It was worth putting on such a show.
But that band of light exists in the skies of this era too.
Yes, quite frustratingly. The only thing that needs to shine the sky is the sun.
Foo! Foo!
All you need to do now is head west. You should reach the Grand Temple in about 2 hours.
That's good. Then I'll take my leave here. May good fate accompany your journey.
You aren't coming with us?
I have no business at the Grand Temple, nor reason to stop you from going. We really were simply brought together by coincidence. I have always been a wanderer. I am unfit to keep the company of others. Pieces.
He laughed.
Mash, did you feel anything strange from that servant just now? Nostalgia, perhaps? Or that you know him somehow?
I didn't really feel anything in particular. No, I actually did have a strange sensation. We're both servants, but something seemed different.
I see. Then Lucius really might be his true name. Don't know what to make of that, though.
Is the true name Lucius Strange?
It's not really strange, but saying that name itself is something of a joke. Lucius is the name of a Roman emperor who appears in the Historia Regum Britannia. He didn't achieve any particular feats worth mentioning. Anyway, the issue isn't his true name. What's strange is the noble phantasm on his right arm. That was not his right arm, the shining arm Argitlam. Well, he isn't actually Noadha, so there's no mistake that it's a replica. But even then, its power was extraordinary.
I'll be butchering these words, holy shit.
It was able to defeat a sphinx, a creature of near divinity. What kind of mechanism could be behind it? I'm curious, so curious, and as someone who also has an artificial arm, I'm also envious. I want something like that too! I want to defeat a sphinx all by myself too!
Well, Da Vinci, you can defeat my sphinx without arms, so it's okay.
Whoa.
That's enough useless chat. Are you going to the Grand Temple or not? I'm not made of time, you know. If I don't return by evening, they'll realize that I've been abducted. How disgraceful. Okay. I'm sorry, Creed Nitocris. I totally forgot you was there. You act polite, but you got a sharp tongue, girl. What's your name? Oh, pardon my rudeness. My name is Mass Caramite. This is Da Vinci, and this is our master. Are they ever agent? Very well. It's a little late, but I'll forgive you. None of them names on the criminal register. What a relief. Now then, I bestow upon you the duty of escorting me. Protect me until we reach the Grand Temple. We need to protect you, the Queen. Everything we heard up to now suggests that this desert is your domain. This isn't my domain, it's the Sun King. And it's not even a domain per se, it's a land at the end of the world. Stopping the sandstone like undead means that demonic beasts outside of our control would invade. That's why you must guard me, just in case. You have a responsibility to bring me to the Grand Temple.
Don't know.
I see. Beasts outside your control. I see. Master, let her know. Understood. Master, execute the orders. Queen Nitocris, is that thing sticking up behind you a creature of the desert? I don't recall ever seeing such a demonic beast. Destroy it, Audio Horizon.
Buster card effect in this up. The amount of damage from Buster cards will increase.
What is that?
Oh, it's the tentacle monsters from Fate Zero. Why are they in the desert?
That's a very good question.
Oh, I love this.
Sea fiends in the desert. Where are they?
Maybe they suck the liquids from the air. Or maybe they attack people and suck the liquids from their blood.
Maybe this was an ocean and it sucked all the ocean up.
Isn't this by Jerusalem?
Yes,
Is there an ocean by Jerusalem?
Was there an ocean in the Middle East?
I'm sure there are many, like, seas in the Middle East.
But there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So again, if you believe American movies, the entire Middle East is just a desert.
True.
And Africa. Most of Mexico?
All of Mexico, really.
Most of Latin America.
Yeah.
Maybe not Brazil.
Brazil?
It's
It
all
depends.
like worn down houses from the 1400s.
It depends. Brazil is either like a utopia or just the most impoverished desert land you've ever seen in your entire life.
This is Brazil.
Yeah. Where did those beasts come from? I've never seen or heard anything like them. They were octopuses.
Maybe we're the ones who lured them out, seeing as how we're, we shouldn't say we're from Chaldea. Nitocris isn't exactly an ally, after all.
Being as how you're what?
Oh, seeing as how we're just traveling performers carrying rare goods. Of course things like that would come after us.
How suspicious. It's clear that you aren't subjects of the Sun King, but where exactly are you from? Are you mountain people or citizens of the Holy City? And besides, what exactly is a master? I heard the Pharaoh mention that term a few times. You're a servant, but you don't know what a master is? Even if you were summoned by the Singularity, the Holy Grail you should have at least some knowledge as a servant. I was summoned by the great Pharaoh, the Sun King Ozymandias.
Yeah.
He ordered me to work for him. That's all I need to know. I don't know what it means to be a servant. I'm a pharaoh first and foremost. Being the heroic spirit comes second.
So that name comes up after all. Okay, this will be a long story. Let's walk. Let's talk while we walk.
The black chick, Christy.
Queen Nitocris, you're in charge of these sandstorms. Well, not just them, but the protection of the desert as a whole. You haven't been given any other knowledge at all. Am I correct in assuming this?
I say none at all. I am aware of the state of the world. Pharaoh Ozymandias rose to power not long after being summoned to this era. This territory of Egypt is proof of that. The pharaoh saved his subjects that were summoned together with the land. Territory of Egypt? That's what I said, yes. Is there an issue? Did she enter this place without even knowing what it was?
Yes, be lenient with us. With the sudden sandstorm, we had to keep moving forward. We couldn't help it. There weren't any borderlines, and we were suddenly in Egyptian territory.
Anyway, the pharaoh so does his right to rule as king. However, there were some who opposed him. There were the indigenous, the indigenous, same thing. The service,
No.
huh?
You know, like the indigenous people, natives,
Yes,
etc.
yes, nigga, the same thing.
You're right.
And the citizens of the holy city you missing. Oh wait, I see you. So you fucking up license, sir.
My bad.
Da Vinci!
Oh shit. I was waiting on you. Oh, and the citizens of the holy city you mentioned, the people of Jerusalem, right? For some reason I thought you were. I don't know what was up with me.
Wait a second. Did you just say Jerusalem?
Oh no, don't be a secret Nazi.
God. Your Majesty? Who exactly are you, really, missing in Jerusalem after all this? Oops. That doesn't exist anymore. The Holy Land was destroyed.
No!
All those who live in this land already know that. What's that supposed to mean? I thank you for saving me. However, this is a different issue altogether. I knew I could not allow you to enter the Great Temple. Your actions would be what decides that. Come, envoys of the king, ascertain the truth from these people. Ah, boy.
Look at what Da Vinci did opening her
Your
big fat
Majesty,
mouth.
Master, Queen Nitocris is getting ready for battle. No, I won't fight. That's the least I can do to pay you back. They will be the one to test you. You have a choice before you. Live in this land or dedicate yourself to the Sun King, or you may refuse. Refusal means that the wasteland of death will be your final resting place. Either that or the Lion King's. No, that would not happen. Fate converses upon your king, Ozymandias. Oh, great lion bodies beasts, bestow a trial upon them. So me the truth they stand by.
The kings of Egypt, the pharaohs, had a different level of authority than the kings of other nations. They were worshipped as gods that rule over men, and they flaunted their power as such. A living god is the most suitable term. However, Queen Nitocris, I feel a little sorry for her.
He's too nice?
Yes, exactly. The Sphinx's power is being kept to about 10%. This may be convenient for us, but living as a pharaoh like this must be harsh for her.
Save your secret thoughts for later. Now's the time for you to prove your innocence. Get over it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take 10% of this Arjuna. Ah, goodbye. You're gonna have to use the Mystic Code for 300k.
創世滅亡輪前世なる者
Uh-huh,
には
I'm
生
the liar.
悪性たる者には裁きマハクララヤ後悔
Oh, yeah.
愚かダンディ
It's so silly.
悪は裁か
He's
れなければ
AoE.
ならない
Woo. Easy. The best single target in the game.
No.
Did the master? This beast is retreating into the sky. Good work, Mass. I'm surprised she managed. With such a weak body, upon closer inspection, her hands and legs are still trembling. Queen Nitocris, this beast has let us go. Is this the end of your so-called trial? Yes, very impressive. Your strengths have been recognized by the Sun King. In that case, my guidance is unnecessary. Fear not, and pass through this storm. The keen benevolence will be your light, and welcome you. Farewell.
Peace.
Oh, she's gone.
That just means she decided to draw the line. She probably thought she'd get too attached if she stayed any longer. Still, this means we're safe now. The other sphinxes around us won't attack. As she said, we should cut through the storm. It's finally time to confront the truth.
I don't know what's happening, but yeah, keep winning. Keep up.
About what exactly is going on? Oh, no. About what exactly is going on in this singularity. You got Scarab of Wisdom. I can't wait. Oh, he's coming.
He's coming to scare the rest of I see the silhouette of the temple. I don't know for certain, but this would be the last hill. The wind is strong. Master, be careful. Stay behind me. I'll deploy my noble phantasma and go straight through. If we can just get past here, we'll... Huh?
Egypt.
Must have been a cutscene? No.
Nope. Just a JPEG.
What an awesome temple. It's like a floating city on the sea of sand. What a feat of engineering. You can tell just by looking at it. So that's the palace of the Sun King Ozymandias? The legendary sounded temple complex, Ramesium Tintyrus?
I think it might be Tentitrus, but I don't really know.
Tintyrus. I don't know. This would really be like a pronunciation thing. Yeah, who that nigga?
Oh, right. Roman always gives a lecture at times like this.
Yeah, I always skip him.
The Sun King Ozymandias, or originally Ramesses II, the greatest, most powerful pharaoh of ancient Egypt.
Yes, a true pharaoh among pharaohs, who called himself the God King. He brought great prosperity to Egypt around 1300 BC. It's not unusual for pharaohs to see themselves as gods, but even then, the Sun King was always the closest one to the sun. He was also known as the Great Architect. So great that it's even said that he proclaimed all temples on this earth were built by me. If that's true, he may be linked to the story of humanity's oldest dynamo, the Dendrite system.
He's also called the Construction King as well. That great temple is likely one of his noble phantasms.
That's amazing.
So Nitocris didn't make the furniture.
Go inside. This is the first time visiting an Egyptian building.
Woo! I don't see anything blocking our way. The inside seems rather cool too. However, Mash, there's something I want to confirm first. Any transmissions from Roman?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Our connection to the doctor hasn't been restored yet.
As expected, this proves my hypothesis. Ardio Mash, the ray shift brought us to the 13th century Middle East. That's for certain. However, this isn't entirely 13th century Earth. My staff can measure magical energy, and the quality of magical energy has changed since we came here. The magical energy here is much older. Nitocris said that this is the territory of Egypt. She wasn't just speaking of our location. This desert is from the BC era. I have no idea why, but in this sixth singularity, the world ruled by Ozymandias has been transported over entirely. Space-time itself is in disarray. That's the reason why we couldn't ray shift to Jerusalem, and why we can't contact Chaldea now.
No way. The singularity isn't the Holy Land, but this desert?
Can't say for sure yet. What I do know is that this Egyptian territory is like a foreign body in this world. In addition, according to my measurements, there's another location in this territory where space-time is distorted.
Like a foreign body inside a foreign body?
Yes, that's a good way to put it. This is just a hunch, but it might be the key to our search. I'm curious as to exactly what it is, but in any event, we should solve the mystery right in front of us first. Let's head to the Great Temple of Ozymandias. If legends are true, he should be a fussy, handsome boy.
Let's hope he's a fussy, handsome boy. Ew!
What?
He's a himbo. Ew.
Yeah. Sleepy. So sleepy.
Senpai, we were given VIP treatment right upon entering the temple and brought straight to the throne room, but this tandem man rubbing his eyes on the throne, could that actually be King Ozymandias? So you finally come, mysterious travelers. You're a little late, but I don't mind. Having overcome the trial of the springs, we have permission for an audience with the king. Now, bow down before him. If you do, his majesty may awaken from his weariness and speak to you. You're King Ozymandias? Seriously? How rude. Such insolence in the face of the pharaoh, a god upon this earth? He is the greatest pharaoh, the most courageous, most authoritative pharaoh. He is fit to be a god. He is Pharaoh Ozymandias, subjugator and savior of the land at the end of the world, our ideal king.
Shaboy
God damn, bro. It don't hurt. Your mouth don't hurt.
How unusual, Nitocris. You may be a great bird, but you were never the type to shout in such a loud voice. It seems you've taken quite a liking to them. Haha, how joyous. Truly joyous.
I apologize, Pharaoh, to utter your name in such a loud manner. That was something for your majesty to do. I regret it thoroughly.
Indeed, the crime for stealing my amusement is heavy. Afterwards, cut off an arm and place it in a jar.
Yes, thank you for your kindness.
Now then, you're the travelers from a foreign nation? My name is Ozymandias. I am a god. I am the sun. I am the pharaoh who rules this land. That has not changed in the past or the present. I grew somewhat tired of being called a rider.
But she's the writer too, apparently.
He was the rider class in Fate Prototype. That's
I see.
important.
Ah!
Oh! You hit the button. Okay.
Uh.
Lower. Okay, there we go. This small throne is simply one diversion from my boredom. Also, above all, I'm quite sleepy now, like an old man who has just awoken from the abyss of death. Thus, I intend to keep this brief. Listen to my grand voice, and remember from the bottom of your soul. You are envoys from Chaldea. You have repaired 5 singularities thus far, and now you appear here in the 6th wedge, this holy land of sand. I am already aware of all that. If you would question my knowledge, then the answer should now be apparent. I hold the Holy Grail which you seek.
Yeah, Chris, I already told you was the black bitch. Did you not hear me? The holy... Are you a demon god pillar?
As if I would side with the King of Mages. When I descended upon this land, I seized it.
Uh-oh. Fun?
I seized it from the Crusaders. It was fitting for a true king such as myself, after all.
King Ozymandias, that's surprising, but silently nodding in agreement.
Nodding noises.
Your head just...
Did that.
Yeah.
Unthinkable. You must be tired from the trip. While disrespectful, I will forgive you this once.
You on TikTok? Oh man, you shouldn't have said that. Of course you're on you TikTok pilled at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's crazy.
There's nothing wrong with my head. And now that I have the Holy Grail, I... Whoops. Nidacris!
Yes. What do you require, Lord Pharaoh?
I don't feel well. I'd like to move my body a bit. Call some fire sprites to wake me up. Here I come, Master of Chaldea. I particularly enjoyed your silence just now.
Master, for reason unknown, Pharaoh Ozymandias is gearing up for battle.
Okay, as expected. This king is a problem child who's always just lived by his own rules.
Woo! Made it home just in time. You know what's really fun?
The bear?
That too, but I was gonna go when mobile apps don't work.
I don't have that issue. I have a good phone.
To be fair, I was on my mom's phone, so
Oh, damn. Sometimes I do have that issue.
it got through the ordering part. It did not get through the pay on here part, so we had to go through the drive-through anyway.
Oh. They poor Ozymandias.
King Ramses is about to die.
To die. About to die.
Return the
About to die.
slab. Return the slab.
Oh, bye. Oh, bye.
That was the slab.
He just, like, died twice. Kolotero ka.
You were right. Alright, it's time for the challenge to begin.
Huh. That was quite heated for mere amusement. Thanks to that, my head feels better.
Pharaoh, what exactly... No, do you intend to punish these people?
Naturally. Their objective is the Holy Grail. The Grail now belongs to me. That means they will eventually try to kill me. I have no intention of letting them live.
What? Are you saying that I personally brought your enemy before you, Pharaoh?
Indeed I am. However, Nitocris, I hadn't told you about the Holy Grail, nor have I shared with you any knowledge relating to this singularity. That was my own blunder. This was not your crime. That is all because... I honestly thought they'd perished around the fourth singularity. So much for my speculation. Good grief. You're far too slow. Slow. There's a limit to how slow one should be.
Bad.
Oh, Master of Chaldea. Humanity in this era collapsed long before you arrived.
King Ozymandias, what exactly does that mean?
Exactly as I said it. In this era, there should have been a war to claim the Holy Land. One side defending and one side invading. A merciless slaughter between two absolutely incompatible nations. At the end, one side would have claimed the Holy Grail, and the Holy Land would have become a seedbed for a demon god pillar. That is, if you had arrived in this land just a little earlier. But that didn't happen, so that means the war to capture the Holy Land never occurred, correct? After all, the Grail was in your possession, King Ozymandias. You were likely summoned by someone on the Crusaders' side. And then you naturally opposed them, taking the Holy Land as your own. Is this territory of Egypt something you summoned? And is that what caused the collapse of humanity in this era? Who are you? You seem to be quite knowledgeable.
He's Da Vinci-chan.
Da Vinci-chan? I don't know of a heroic spirit by that name. However, I can tell by your beauty. With true beauty comes true knowledge, after all. Listen, Da Vinci-chan, or whatever your name is. I intend to take you as my concubine one day. Plan accordingly.
You can tell a white woman said, "You guys, I gotta have that."
No. My intelligence is only a teeny bit higher than yours, O great Sun King. So, was my theory correct? Can we assume that you're the singularity in this era? Ha.
This man trying for the awards, bro.
I'm sorry to say that you're mistaken, foreign sage.
Hey, I'm smarter. Get the fuck over yourself.
Did you think that I, the all-powerful Sun King, would use a poisoned chalice such as the Holy Grail? I am simply the holder and protector of the Holy Grail. I have no interest whatsoever in the Holy Land. Therefore, listen carefully. The one who turned this era into a unique singularity and utterly destroyed all of humanity. He sits on the throne in what was once Jerusalem, that sacred city devoid of all hope, which is where you're heading. They call him the Lion King, the infamous pure white Lion King.
The wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata, hey no passing craze. It means no worries. I'm sorry.
It's go time. I have to download before that's a sword. I was a fool.
Let's do a system of events, senpai. Yeah, but I didn't hate it.
Yes. To think that after doing battle we would be treated to an extravagant meal. Although, after all that we were told to leave and essentially chased out.
Yeah, so think back to what King Ozymandias said.
Guests are to be given hospitality, obviously. We people of the desert never refuse hospitality to travelers. We understand the hardships of long journeys. However, don't expect us to reach an accord so easily. You have neither the determination nor the dignity necessary. Go and experience the cruel reality of this world. I shall give you one last opportunity after you have done so. I am the tyrant who rules this era. I'm sure you will return to take my head eventually. At which point, you won't be treated as guests. You'll be treated as foolish beasts who dare to oppose me.
I think that'd be hard anyway.
Oh.
Now then, I banish you from these Egyptian lands. Seek out the holy city first. We will have words afterwards.
After that, it was escorted all the way here, still completely dumbfounded. I wanted to know about the buildings and stuff there. The construction king is so impatient. Are you still discontent, even after the king bestowed precious water and food upon you? Yes, we're very thankful for that. If you die a dog's death before leaving the territory of Egypt, I'll lose face. That's what King Ozymandias said when he handed all these supplies to us.
Ew! Exactly. He even let us have materials from the temple. He might be a tyrant, but he's certainly generous.
Of course, the king may be ruthless, but he's generous to the courageous. Also, it seems the king took a liking to you. Perhaps it was all your risings. How can I put it? Air? Oh, aura. I think it's because your easygoing personality resembles that of an old friend.
He had friends.
However, that was just a one-off. For Ozymandias, Ozymandias, although why I'm just stroking out now, is a frightening man. You're fated to die the next time you meet. Don't ever forget that. Yes, thank you for the warning. We're grateful for your hospitality, Queen Nicaris. I simply repaid my debt. You won't receive anything from me again either. Your Majesty, do you want to ask me something? Not really. I sense a lot of determination as well. Mass, are you afraid of fighting? You fight bravely, like any servant would, but I could tell. Your true nature, that is. It's okay. I guess this is something to be proud about, although I'm sure Pharaoh Ozymandias would rebuke our weakness. However, you're different from me. Despite your fear, you stand a fight without deceiving yourself. It must be nice to have a master and to mutually support each other. This may be an issue considering I'm a pharaoh, but I feel envious, just a little. What are you talking to Mass about? It's what you call girls talk. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'll be going now. Once you leave this territory, you'll be in the middle of the land at the end of the world. Be careful. And there she goes, riding off on the Sphinx.
Yes, I'm so very jealous. I'd like to try riding a Sphinx, at least once.
That's so rowdy.
Thanks for asking. It seems that this time we'll have long periods of physical activity. So I borrowed some wood from King Ozymandias for... Ta-da! As you can see, I tried making a vehicle for desert travel. I call it the All-Purpose Vehicular Ornithopter Sphinx.
It's a car.
Translation: Da Vinci Chan really is an idiot. This is a buggy. No matter how you look at it, it's really out of place for the 13th century. I suspected from Da Vinci Chan.
Yes, naturally. I'm a genius after all. a custom-made vehicle built entirely from wood. It has 7 other functions, but we'll talk about those later. Foo! Oh.
Okay. How great? Yes, how great, Mr. Leonardo. Do we need a driver's license for this?
No need at all. Because it doesn't have an engine, it's basically the same as a bicycle. Well, since it uses magical energy in case of gasoline, it can only reach speeds of 60 kilometers an hour, but never mind that. Now then, pile in everyone, no more physical activity required. Our true destination is about 100 kilometers to the east, waiting for us beyond the desert.
Roger.
Woo!
Yay.
That's what we need a car.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I detected an extra exclamation of joy, Master. We've been surrounded without us noticing. I want that anyone interfere with Senpai's inaugural drive, eliminating them at full power. Why is she so mad?
He's very protective. Bugs?
Bugs. That's not what I thought these were.
Right.
バカそうかそうか
You thought they
It's
were
another
dragons?
Fate Zero enemy.
崩壊
It's actually funny because I think both those and the tentacle monsters first appeared in this game in the Fate Zero crossover event. And they still had all the models and shit, and we're like, yeah, whatever, we'll use them later. We still got the assets.
将来将来
Oh, it's time for my tutorial 7.
星は縮小し
Surely I'll get Zeno.
剣によって裁かれる世界の歯車は壊れた今こそ粛清の時今こそエゴーの時マハープララヤ
Hey, I got David. That's a good start.
Da Vinci?
Okay.
星は縮小し悪
Ludicrous. Awesome. What a good character you get. Fergus?
粛
Caesar.
Burst.
清分かった
Yeah, what's up?
Don't commentate your run during Ardio's playthrough of Camelot on stream.
I'm just saying my tutorial was.
マハープララヤ失墜せよ悪は裁かれなければならない
Ooh, we dodged Sethena. Let's go.
That nigga did
Step
not.
one.
He did not listen to what I just said.
And as I
Okay,
close,
okay,
I
but
just say my tutorial rules, and that's it. So you can shut your whore mouth and calm down.
No, you're the one. Okay, Ardio. Am I in the wrong here?
Are you in the middle of
Okay,
a fight
cool.
doing nothing?
Okay. So,
Anyway.
you're done. Dun-dun.
But do you know how happy he is to see just like one session?
Yeah. That's good. Hey, listen, next part, you're never gonna believe this. There's gonna be